This is the Sencut Excalis. Civivi Sencut sent me a box recently while I was at Blade Show featuring two knives that they released on that weekend. June 6th, they released this and another knife I'm going to show you and some other accessories. This knife, the Excalis, I remember covering this on the midweek supplemental on Knife Life News, and I didn't dish on it, but I think I joined the chorus started by Ben Schwartz in his article that this was kind of just a user knife, nothing special, nothing bad at all. You know Sencut, they make great knives. So, but not much to write home about. And I kind of agreed with that, but now that I have it in hand and now that I see it, I really have grown to like it a lot. I mean, I liked it immediately upon getting it in hand and seeing it in person. And a lot of that has to do with that blade. This blade to me is like a pretty version of the Benchmade 940 blade, which I think is a little bit ugly. I mean, if we're going to be truthful, I think it's a little bit ugly. Whether it's useful or not, that's something else. But in terms of looks, this looks like a 940 blade that's been compressed this way, but never folded and just maintained its shape, just got squashed. You've got that same clip point. You've got the swedge here and the sort of long clip like you do on a 940. And also here, even though it's a continuous belly, you have a decent amount that's mostly straight that you can use as if it were straight in any case. And this blade itself is thin, very thin. That's 9CR18 MOV. And thin and broad and high flat. So it's nice and thin pretty much all the way up to the shoulder of the grind. Not pretty much, it is. It's nice and thin and gradual all the way up to the thickest part of the blade, which is pretty damn thin. So really nice slicer, great for penetrating clamshell boxes or packages, whatever, with that nice tip, which is right in the center. I'm really trying hard to avoid thinking of this as a self-defense knife. I know that's the filter I like to see things through just because those are the most interesting knives to me. But, you could find worse blades for self-defense now that I'm holding this in my hand. But, of course, that's not what this is. This is a daily carry, EDC, do everything kind of knife. And I got to say, it's much nicer than I gave it credit for when I was looking at it on Knife News. It's a really, really nice blade. The handle might not be your cup of tea because of those lightning holes. I myself love them. What they do here is lighten up those steel liners that the whole thing's built around, and also give you a place to just a little more purchase if you're changing grip for whatever reason. You're on the boat and you're cutting the thing here, and then you got to pull this and do the cut that thing and whatever it is. And you might be changing grips for one reason or another. Maybe you're choking down or choking up or sideways pinch gripping it or doing that chest pull thing, whatever it is. These little holes, your fingers just kind of find your way into them. And it really does give extra good grip, and it gives great purchase when changing grip. Something you see, it doesn't bother me too much. You'll see that in the other knife I show here is a large sharpening choil, which is great because it very much clears that plunge grind. So you have many sharpenings in this creeping up the profile before you're gonna get that smile. So great sharpening choil, but temptingly large sharpening choil. You might want to put your finger in there, but that's not a finger choil. Sometimes that can be irksome. Not to me, because I'm not such a choil guy. Anyway, not countersunk, but a nice thin clip with the flat screws, so you don't get it's not going to jack with your pants. Very nice, plain, unventilated clip. I prefer the unventilated clip as opposed to the ventilated clip. I like the way that looks better. So very nice, broad in hand. I like the broad in hand nature of the handle. It is a pretty thin one, so you might want it to be broad. Here, I want to tell you about. Okay, so You can get this in black and black like this. It comes in satin and white G10, black and green G10, or satin and geobortia wood. I think that's how that's pronounced. It's not pronounced like that. I have no idea. But so a couple of G10s, a canvas micarta, and a wood. And that 8CR MOV is 9CR18 MOV is heat treated to 5860 HRC. So very nice. I really like this knife. You got a flipper, you got a thumb stud. Oh, and let's see, was I able to? No. Yeah, you can middle finger flick off the thumb stud. Before I get to this knife, I don't want to forget this too. They put these in there. I'll give one away, and I'll open one up here and see what it's all about. But these are lanyards that I guess they just released with a little bead. Let's see. There's the little bead. I think it's just got a C for Civivi. Oh, it's nice. It's very weighty. Yeah, see, I'll definitely use this. I don't really put beads on fobs, but it's cool. This I won't use probably. To me, that's, well, maybe I will. Actually, when that's looped through and the bead is on there, I might use that. So this is pretty cool. Very nice setup. And Civivi, you can get a lot of cool little sidebar items from them. Not sidebar, but, you know, knife adjacent items. Things that help you along in your hobby. Like this very useful lanyard or fob and bead. Put that over here. All right. This other one I want to show you, they also sent to me. And this is from the Civivi side of the house. And this is called the ExOne. The ExOne. And it is very cool. It is very cool. If you're wondering how, you know, where they got so much style in this knife, you'll notice it's a Brian Brown design. And it is a great design. I love it. And it's a great way for a guy like me who really likes Brian Brown designs. And I like Brian Brown, the person. But his knives are a little bit smaller than I prefer. And so the amount of money it costs to get a Brian Brown sort of precludes that ownership for me. Same thing with, say, Keynison knives on a more extreme end. But Keynison, just like Brian Brown, is now doing these collaboration knives with Civivi. So it allows people like you and me to get one of these guys' designs without having to break the bank or go to the bank to get a loan. This one is full, not full, but very thin, hollowly ground. You can see that, how nice and thin that is. Really nice sheep's foot blade. They're calling it a reverse Tonto. Okay, I'll call it a reverse Tonto just this one time. A nice ridge going all the way to about here in that fuller. Allows you to pretty much put your finger anywhere that's practically reachable on the blade and flick it open. So really, really nice. Very sharp, very nice and thin. That's, what is this? Let me see. I think this is D2. Excuse me. So this one comes in stainless steel, it says. So I'm not sure what the steel, oh, it's Nitro V, sorry. Nitro V at 58 to 60 Rockwell hardness. And it comes in black G10 with black blade. It comes in an ivory, that's very nice. Ivory G10 with satin blade. It comes in this micarta with black blade, and then that Gioberto wood with a Damascene blade. These are priced, Matt priced at what? $55, $56. A super screaming deal for a really amazing knife. And Civivi blades, you know, Civivi knives are just outstanding. And I have a kind of, to spite myself, I have a collection of Civivis. I didn't want to get involved, you know, but I just can't help it. They are awesome. And this one will be staying in my collection. no doubt. Thank you, Civivi. I'm taking this one, and it will become a stablemate, and I will show it off for many different reasons. So it's not just me being greedy. Really excellent action. I definitely prefer the middle finger flick on this one, but the regular flipper does a great job too. The ergonomics are nice on this. I do like the big jimping there, and whoops, and this really does swell out and give you a nice grip there with a little bit on the tail end to butt your pinky into. So very, very nice knife. And this and the Sencut are very, the Excalis and the ExOne. I like these both very, very much. Very cool blade shapes on both of these. And same fit and finish and quality you expect from Civivi and Sencut. So thank you very much to that company for sending this my way. And thanks for watching.